Mercedes Moné's assessment of WWE is incorrect. I'm going to tell you precisely what she said in this video, along with why I think you'll agree with me and why she's wrong, because Mercedes Moné has a lengthy and successful career that includes working for both AAA and WWE. Moné, a top star in WWE main event, PL main event, a WrestleMania multi-time women's champion, multi-time just absolute savage in the ring as a top star. She is a bona fide Hall of Famer. Any accolade in which you lay out she's probably accomplished, there's not many out there. And when she departed from WWE in May of 2022 due to a disagreement with Vince McMahon, well, she took the wrestling scene by storm by going to New Japan the following January. She debuted Wrestle Kingdom 17 in January 2023 before the following year signing with Now Moné. Well, she's been in the headlines because earlier this week the top star revealed in her newsletter that she had planned on being in WWE for WrestleMania 39 in Los Angeles. However, things changed once President Tony Kh invited her to Allen 2023 at Wembley Stadium, and of course the rest is history. She making her debut in the promotion that following year big business episode of Dynamite, and now she is working all in 2024 against Brooke Baker when she puts the TBS championship on the line. Now when it comes to Moné, she's been very outspoken right regarding her WWE 10 when she first left, and rightfully she's a little defensive. She did not want to talk about. In fact, I posted a clip here on the channel about a year ago about a fan addressing her during a live signing and her just boing at him right because he asked, so what happened? Well, what happened was she didn't like Vince McMahon's creative and she was tired of dealing with the old creep, and as she left. Now that leads us to today's video, because while speaking with the Independent, Moné discussed the differences in you and WWE. A lot of people have talked about this once before, and we are back at this topic here because you have to keep in mind there was a huge difference between Vince McMahon's WWE and Triple H's WWE. Right, CM Punk has been very vocal about how it is a night and day difference between you and WWE, and it's a real big difference between what Vin Ma had on creative and what Triple H has on creative, and this is what Moné had to say, noting that in WWE you don't know what you're doing week to week. She said the difference between the two companies is in day in WWE you have no idea what you're doing week to week, but I have the space here to be heard along with Tony Kh with my friend and personal writer Jennifer Pepperman. There's a time to sit down and really plan out the kinds of stories we want to tell, and treated with genuine respect. I feel to say I feel seen in a way sometimes I have before. I love it so much here. Now I have to say this because I don't know why this interviewer did not correct this woman, and I honestly don't know why she said this. It has to be noted that when Vince McMahon was in charge, plans would change hourly, daily, even during live shows. There was countless reports of him ripping up the script and rewriting it throughout the show because he wanted it to be as in his mindset as good as it could be. Now Triple H, he's implemented a long-term booking philosophy which both talent and fans they've praised for. I don't know why she thinks this, and here's my thinking. Okay, so she just revealed in her newsletter that she was going to go back to WWE regardless of the bad blood, regardless that she had just got her release a few months before, and then just a days later in the same interview she's going to act like everything is horrible in WWE. Like, what do we doing? Did she have a bad memory? Did she just forget things? Like, if WWE is so bad and you don't know what you're doing day to day, but yet in you everything is just peachy and there's long-term storytelling, yet what you're talking about in WWE no longer exists, considering that the guy in charge, the guy that would cause all the changes and all the uncertainty is gone. What are we talking about? Like, no one thought to bring this up to the writer. Did the writer not be aware of the fact that Vince McMahon has been in the headlines consistently for the last 2 years across various allegations, whether it be the hush money scandal or the Janelle Grant lawsuit, or him selling the company and merging with UFC to create a new company in TKO under Endeavor? Is it him resigning from TKO? Is it him resigning from his duties as CEO and chairman of WWE in the summer of 2022? Did they not know that Triple H took over creative since then? Did they not know all of the changes in which has happened in the company? Like, this writer failed in their attempt to do this interview without mentioning this, without correcting Moné in this. And honestly, look, you can knock Moné for saying that, you also have to knock the writer for not at least acknowledging, hey, this is what happened, or telling Moné, what are you talking about? Look, she might have been in the moment, and I understand that Moné is a top star and you're reportedly the highest paid woman in the promotion, the highest paid woman in all of pro wrestling, more than Charlotte Flair, right, who is from what I understand the highest paying WWE female star, so I understand that she's going out there and she's trying to promote the brand and everything accordingly. But what are we doing when we have a quote like this? If I'm Moné and if I'm Moné's people, I'm very upset that this guy out, because it just makes her look very weird and out of touch and not know what she's talking about. It just paints her in a very bad light, and so I would have an issue with this. But yes, she's at %% wrong, because what she's saying is factually not there. Sure do plans change in WWE, yes. But what happens when AEW's plans change? That's just a creative aspect. That's professional wrestling. It's a part of the territory. These days, it's not such a big deal. It's when you can't decide what to do and keep altering things hour by hour and during shows. It has to do with Vince McMahon. That, however, is no longer in existence. Ted discussed this, and innumerable others have as well. Heyman Paul I noticed that he conducted an interview with Sam Roberts in which he discussed how, in regards to Triple H, he is interested in hearing your thoughts because he hopes to utilize them to improve his image. He is very aware of the need to collaborate and work effectively with others, and he acts accordingly. If that's all he's saying, then feel free to share your thoughts on Moné's remarks in the space provided below. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and notify bell so that you can be informed each time we add new content to the channel. We are expanding quickly, and I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for your help or success. For the past month, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi has expressed worries about his son Jey Uso's booking. Rikishi calls Jey Uso Yeet Man. Rikishi has specifically demanded that USO be given a chance to compete for one of the singles belts on WWE Raw, namely the WWE World Heavyweight Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. Rather, Rikishi feels that USO has been booked for roles that are inappropriate for his persona and degree of fame. Rikishi currently believes that taking a break from the road would be the best course of action for him. After Drew McIntyre defeated Jey in the Money in the Bank match, I reasoned that we should wait and see what they would do next. Perhaps they would give Jey a chance and position him to compete for a title, perhaps the Intercontinental Championship, Rikishi stated on the Off the Top podcast. Or if you ask me, I think he deserves a shot at the World Championship belt. When that didn't happen either, it's like, okay, I'm at this point where I just want to call my son and say, hey, go ahead and just take a break, because obviously the writers don't know where to put you, or where they can write something that's right for the character of Jey Uso, the Yeet Man. USO has significantly realigned himself with Sami Zayn and rekindled his amorous pursuit of former WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley since his defeat at WWE Money in the Bank. USO most recently declared that he would be competing in the next Contenders Tournament for the Intercontinental Championship. If USO prevails in this competition, he will fulfill a portion of his father's aspirations for him in addition to challenging Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship.